we're recording. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's the start of a new week, so that means we got another wrestling review for you guys. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling, everything else in between, all that good stuff. Go check it out. He has the new Kevin Smith movie, the 4:30 movie review. I think I'm there too, and I think we got Putty. We fished him out of the hurricane.
He might be there. We are not sure yet.
Yep. So link will be down in the description box below to go follow this guy. So make sure you go do that. But while you're down there, also click subscribe on this channel. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps our algorithm. Let's get more reviews out for you guys in 2025. Yeah,
Yeah.
2025.
And also, while you're down there,
Link in the description box.
oh, that's what
Fo-
you're talking about.
follow the Discord where I post stuff.
Follow his Discord, you
Yes.
stupid.
Stupid idiot.
All right,
He
moving
was
on.
not on the show. Let's start. Destruction in Kobe. The first time they did a Kobe show, a destruction show in Kobe in a while. And this is the first time since 2016, I think it was, that it was not two shows.
It's usually two shows.
Usually they do two destruction shows, yes. But the second destruction show this year is now King of Pro Wrestling.
Ah, that
So
would make sense.
we'll start with the first match. It is Ryusuke Taguchi, Dragon Dia, and Shota Umino against Yuji Nagata, Tomoaki Hanma, and Tiger Mask. The
I
combined age of the second team is 4,337.
Yeah, basically. I don't care.
And
I mean,
Taguchi's no spring chicken himself.
it wasn't bad. It's like the absolute like misunderstanding of what to do with Shota at this point is like getting crazy.
So now they think he thinks he's Darby Allin.
I don't know. I don't know. And this is the point I think when like John Moxley's gonna go too far in
Yeah,
AEW, and then Darby Allin's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, I brought somebody with me, and it's gonna
and
be
it's Shota.
Shota.
Yeah,
Uh
but
he's
I
gonna
mean,
be
it
like,
was fine. It was
John
a
Moxley, stop.
it was fine.
I mean, I like the idea of what they're doing with Dragon Dia, where they're saying
Hmm.
that um,
A faction,
he might join a faction within
New
uh
Japan.
New Japan, even though he's from Dragon Gate.
Hmm.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, but I mean, Shota wins. Not much else. Second match, we got LIJ versus United Empire, Yota Tsuji, Bushi, and Takahashi against Jeff Cobb, Caleb Newman, and Francesco Akira.
This match was actually pretty good.
This was, I feel, a showcase for Caleb.
Francisco Akira looked really good.
Yeah,
Francesco,
Francesco.
Francesco, Francesco, San
Francesco.
Francisco.
San Francisco Foods.
Anyways,
If you want a veal sandwich.
I'm a California's guys
Yeah,
myself.
bloody expensive though.
Anyways,
Moving on.
moving on.
This was a good match though.
This was actually a good match, and I think that Akira looked really good.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened at the end, if that was a real injury, because he sold it on a play when he didn't look like he was
Yeah.
supposed to sell it.
Yeah, it might be. Akira is a little injury prone, but he does get the win though. No, Takahashi gets the win over Akira. So, but next match, Hiroki Goto versus Gabe Kidd, not for the championship. It ends in a no D. It ends in a double countout, and they restart the match as a no DQ match.
This was actually surprisingly a good match. At the
Hmm.
beginning of it, I liked the storytelling they were doing, but then I kind of just got lost on me as they just like fumbled around in the crowd, and it
Yeah,
became like I was kind of like, I don't know understand the storyline of what's happening here.
yeah,
For some reason, as much New Japan as I've watched, I've completely missed this entire
yeah,
storyline somehow.
yeah,
Um, but it turned into a real once Goto started making his like comeback, it turned into a really good match.
yeah. And in the end, Goto does get the win, but he will not be challenging Gabe Kidd for the next time. He will be challenging somebody else, which we'll talk about later in the show. So stay tuned for that. So with that, our next match, it is TMDK against just five guys. We got Zack Sabre Jr., Kosei Fujita, and Roihei Oiwa back in New
Wow.
Japan.
The one and this was we
This was the
specifically
one
mentioned that
faction.
he would not join this faction.
Yeah,
But he
but
makes sense because he did tag with Fujita before.
yes, he has. But I mean, this was also a really good match.
It was a really good match, and
Yeah.
you could tell that the reason he's on this team is not just a tag link. It's because
No,
all the Rockets are strapped to Zack Sabre Jr. right now,
and they
and
want to attach Oiwa with
yeah,
Zack.
and that's going to give him so much relevance going
Yeah,
forward. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. It
yeah,
also
yeah,
gives him a true heavyweight wrestler.
yeah. And it's a great put over for Oiwa.
I mean, I'm not upset about it.
No, not at
I thought
all.
this match was pretty good.
Yeah, it was probably one of the better matches on the show. So
Does he not eat because he doesn't want to go?
yeah, so yeah, and like we said, it's a great put over for Oiwa. So let's hope, and we obviously later in the show, this push will continue. So we'll talk about that when it happens. Um, so with that, we have the never open six-man tag team championship match. Tanahashi, Toriano, and Oleg Boltin against House of Torture, Evil, Show, and Yujiro Takahashi with our boy Dick to go
I really was hoping, praying
for
that
a
House of
title
Torture
change.
was going to win.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I don't
I
know
mean,
what to.
whatever. This is just clearly to put over Bolton Oleg.
Yeah,
He's definitely the new Chaos guy.
yeah. Their new Gaijin, another Gaijin that they want to push.
But they need him. They needed new blood in Chaos, and they got him
Hmm.
because clearly Shota's not going to pick a team.
No,
And I mean, but Tanahashi never had a team either, really.
he was part of Chaos without really being part of Chaos.
I guess, yeah. And who's the other big white guy that we used to like?
Oh, the
You remember who
German
I'm
guy.
talking about?
Yeah, yeah, the German guy. He's on excursion now.
I think he might also probably join Chaos when he comes back.
Yeah. Oh, geez, I forgot his name. He had a tag team with that other guy too. They
Actually, he'll
both.
probably join Bullet Club.
Yeah, I forgot his name now.
Do whatever. We'll figure it out
Yeah,
another time.
but
Ube.
yes, Oscar Lube.
Oscar Lube.
Oscar Lube. Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, and Bolton actually he gets the pin on this, didn't he? I think.
I think so.
I
I
think the
mean,
big story here is ELP is back.
yeah, and I like that part of the whole thing. I can I guess he's going to join
Yeah,
Chaos. But I didn't really like this match. I mean, it was fine. It was
yeah,
Tanahashi actually like worked well. Yano worked surprisingly
yeah.
well. Um,
That was odd.
Evil's push got so pushed down, like
Yeah, it's
pushed down
he's
that
down
it's
the card.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I don't know if you heard the rumors.
Well, I think this is because ELP re-signed with New Japan.
It is. It is. I don't know if he resigned, but I'm sorry. I think that's what
Yeah,
this is. But I don't know if you heard the rumors where s- the Young Bucks are supposed to be they're going to hold on to the championships
the
until
the tag belts.
till
Okay,
January, that
okay.
crossover show. What's it called?
Yeah, something.
Wrestle
Russell.
Dream or whatever. It's the second night
Yeah,
of Wrestle Kingdom. Okay?
yep.
And then Kenny Omega said he wants to
Russell
tag
Dynasty.
Wrestle Dynasty. Kenny Omega wants to tag team with Tanahashi and face the
The
Bucks. And I
Bucks,
think so at Wrestle Kingdom he'll lose the trio belts,
and then
and
win the
then him and
AEW.
Kenny are going to win the AEW tag belts. Tanahashi and Kenny
Oh
Omega.
God, why? I don't
But
know
this
if I
is
like
like
that.
you realize this because we talk about New Japan a lot.
Hmm.
To sway Tanahashi into your favor, you have to offer him gold.
Yeah,
He only accepts gold.
yeah.
And
He's like the
and
guy from Austin Powers.
exactly. And that's but the thing that works about that is he's a big enough name that it will draw Japanese eyes to AEW for the
Yeah.
couple episodes that they do that. And you could build a storyline out of it leading to
Revolution.
anything, right? But they don't need to have the belts long. A Kenny and Tanahashi tag team can be a
Hmm.
1 month tag team
Yeah.
championship and it won't hurt anybody, right?
Hmm.
You could have the
It
Bucks win
de
it back.
it definitely won't hurt the Bucks by losing.
No, and they would have had it by
But
more than long enough by then.
whoever, this is a good opportunity to put the next team over. So whoever beats Kenny and Tanahashi, that's a huge put over for them.
And I think maybe you begrudgingly somehow find a way to make Swerve and Hangman become a team
Mm.
against a common enemy. Like
I
they had
guess,
to
yeah.
trade to him to be take down the Young Bucks faction or whatever it is.
Mhm. I'll take it. I'll take it. But we do this, yeah, and this is like I said, this was the big thing. ELP is the big return here. We haven't seen him in a while. He's been making his way around the Indies, but we haven't really seen him in Japan for a while since him and Hikuleo lost the belts.
No, we saw him in the G1.
Yeah. But yeah. So with that,
That was sad, the sad version.
the sad ELP, like sad Keanu.
Like sad Okada,
Yes,
Balloon Okada.
Balloon Okada. We have our next match. We have, I'm looking at the wrong date. Doki versus Kanemaru for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
This match is fantastic.
This was, yeah,
This is the best match,
absolutely.
I think.
Doki is really starting to come into his own. Like to us, he was a joke a year and a half ago.
Yeah, and the fact that Kanemaru can still go like
Hmm.
that
I just feel
was
bad. I kind of wanted Kanemaru to win just to have that belt like
like we
under on
said
his,
that we wanted him to win the junior tag tournament just
yeah.
to have a belt because I don't think at that point he left five guys yet, right? Wasn't it
It's
him
been a
and
year.
wasn't it him at, oh really?
It's been a year already. Yeah.
I thought wasn't it him and Doki together in the junior tag?
Last year.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So who was he with this year? Ren Narita?
Narita, yeah.
Is
Or
Ren
Show.
Narita a junior?
No,
Oh, he
no,
was in
Kanemaru
show.
and Show, yeah.
Anyways,
But
I'd
yeah,
like to see him win something.
yeah, because this is a belt that this is, he is, say what you will about his run here in New Japan. He is one of the greatest junior heavyweights in Japan of all time.
Yeah, for sure. A
And
thousand
I
percent.
think just to, like you call it, the Wikipedia stat, just to give him that Wikipedia stat.
But I think at this point it's earned.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I see him winning it down the line eventually.
Like you have guys that are your Dustin Rhodes,
Hmm.
which is like your Takahashi,
Yeah,
Yujiro Takahashi,
Yujiro, yeah.
where they're just career company guys that will do the job for you. They can go in the ring.
Yeah,
Their best days are behind them, but they're still eventually maybe you shine them up with like a tag belt or like a trios belt,
Trios
that
belt
kind
or
of stuff.
something, yeah.
But you're not going to give it to him.
Yeah,
He's like this is like for lack of a better comparison, this is like Chris Jericho of
yeah,
the junior division. Like he
yeah.
deserves to win the Ring of Honor belt to like just get
Pad
like
his
a
stats,
yeah,
pad his career. Yeah, of
yeah,
course he does. But unfortunately, he does not. Doki does retain, which I'm fine with. I really
yeah, me
don't
too.
care. I really like Doki. I'm really starting to enjoy his work. I'm
Yeah, the
really
Doki Choki.
the Doki
I really
Choki.
need Kevin Kelly back. I don't even
Yes.
hate this team. I'm starting
Oh,
to
they're
really
okay.
like
Walker Stewart and
yeah, I'm really starting to like Ian Riccofoni,
Riccofoni there.
but I
But
really miss Kevin Kelly.
I don't know what he's doing
Wouldn't it be nice if they signed him to the MLP or whatever the hell it's called, Maple Leaf
with him.
Pro?
Can you imagine him and Mauro Ronaldo together?
I would love that.
That would be an amazing team. Um, But we get the usual shenanigans by House of Torture again. Show steals the belt, as he always does.
And I liked Show as the champion too. He does.
Yeah.
I need
We
Yo.
are
I
we'll
need
talk about
Yo.
we'll talk about Yo's hurt. I think Yuya's hurt. Who else is hurt? There's a couple
Yo's been
guys.
hurt for a long time.
Yeah. And Watto's hurt too.
Yo got hurt at the first match of the juniors tournament.
Hmm. Last year. This
Was
year.
it last? It was this year.
It was this year, yeah.
It was this year.
Yeah. So we're missing Yo, we're missing Yuya, we're missing I just said him too. Yo, Yuya, and just one other. I just said him.
Yo, Yuya sounds like the name of an anime.
Yo, Yuya. It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's right.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wow.
There we
Yujiro?
Yujiro Takahashi. But yeah, so Doki and then show. So we're getting show. We'll talk about this at the end of the show. We'll quickly run through the card for for King of Pro
Yeah, we'll
Wrestling.
talk about show at the end of the show.
Exactly. So with that, we are getting Shingo Takagi versus Aaron Hanare for the Never Openweight Championship again.
Okay, but this match was better, the best one I think of all the matches they've had.
Okay.
To be fair, though,
Yes.
it grated on me after a while. Like I got really boring because there's
Yeah.
such a limit to what the two of them are able to do together. Like Hanare is not on the same level as Takagi, but he's still good. But the
Yeah.
thing is, their move sets together only have a limit. They have a limitation
Yeah.
of what they're capable of doing.
They're both big hosses that just chop the shit out of each other and do
Yeah,
power moves, and that's
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Whereas Takagi's repertoire is a little bit more refined, I guess, over years.
he's a main event talent,
Yeah.
right? And right now Hanare is like a mid carder, a good one,
Hmm.
but he is. And you need to pair them with somebody like an Okada or a Kenny to get the
Hmm.
best out of those
Out of them.
matches.
Yeah. But this is something I thought was absolutely ridiculous. Hanari wins the belt back. This is the third time he's had this belt now in the last year.
No, Shingo wins.
Shingo, that's right. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but my thought process is okay.
Hmm.
Shingo got his title win, his world title win, that we
Hmm.
don't remember even happening
Right.
because it happened right before we started watching New Japan again. Well,
Hmm.
you again, me to
Yeah.
start. Um, and I think that's it for him.
Hmm.
That was him getting his shine. So they're doing a WWE here by just constantly throwing this title at him so that at some point down the road he will be the most winningest open weight
Because
champion.
they want to take that off of Tama Tonga now.
Yeah, right. And it's like Tama Tonga got his moment.
Hmm.
We love him. We made him look good, but now we're gonna give it to him. And in fairness,
Yeah.
Shingo's on another level of quality compared to Tama Tonga.
Yeah. They're the Gorillas of Destiny in WWE, if you want to call them that. They've been absolutely horrible.
But that Tama Tonga is not the problem. Tonga Loa is
Oh, is the
poop.
problem. Yeah.
Since he came back from that injury, he has not been good. He did a food eating contest
Yeah.
with
Kevin Owens? No.
what's the guy's name from New Japan that fought Naito tonight? Great
Oh,
Okan.
Great
They
O'Khan.
had
Yeah.
like a dumpling eating contest
Contest.
for
That's
the
right.
KOPW belt.
That's right.
Anyways, it's it's just like as they're a great tag team of
Yeah.
in the annals of history, yes, in their prime. But Shingo is all has always been a better wrestler
Yeah.
than Tama Tonga. It's not even
Yeah.
close. Um, like Tama came over from Dragon Gate as touted as like one of the biggest
Yeah.
names in Japan. Him
Yeah.
joining the LIJ was a huge thing when it happened. There's a whole YouTube video just dedicated to
Yeah.
talking about that scenario.
Yeah.
Same with Sonata when Sonata came,
Yeah.
when
He came back
Kenta
from
came,
TNA. Yeah.
when when what's his name? The guy we were just talking about.
Shingo.
No, the junior heavyweight guy.
Kanemaru.
When Kanemaru came over, those were all huge deals because those guys were the biggest coming out of these companies,
Yeah.
like the biggest free agent to come out of those companies to join at the time when
Yeah.
they did. So it was like there's a lot of stuff like that. But that's good. I'm happy for Shingo, but I don't want
Yeah.
this storyline anymore. Move on.
They are. So we'll talk about this at the end of the show as well. There's a lot of things that we just don't want to give you. We don't want to bury the lead, so to speak. Shingo is your new champion. So with that, our co-main event, it's David Finlay versus Yoshihashi for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship.
The best
Yoshihashi match,
Yoshihashi match ever.
Singles Yoshihashi match,
Debatable.
even better than some of
We'll
his.
just call it
Okay,
debatable.
okay.
But yes, definitely the best singles match he's ever
One
had.
of Finley's better matches.
One of Finley's better matches. They actually worked off each other so well.
Hmm.
I
Their
didn't
styles mesh
The
together
last
very
couple of
well.
Finley matches have kind of put me not down on him, but like in this weird
They've been
decline
kind
of
of
like,
lackluster, yeah,
yeah, and it's just kind of I don't want to watch David Finley matches really.
yeah,
It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I gotta watch this now. Um, and Yoshihashi's been in this weird place where it's like we don't really care about him anymore.
yeah.
So I didn't think them working together they could tell such a good in-ring story, but they really did.
Even
And there's a
even though like I was able to pick up very little from the vignette package at the beginning, that they told a great story there about how Yoshihashi came up through the ranks and like became a tag champion and like
and they talk about it a lot on commentary, and they really
mhm.
help boost the story here and the match work, like the kickouts and the dragging on of
Like
the
I like
match.
the way they were talking and the way they were putting him over, I thought maybe Yoshihashi was gonna win it, win his first ever singles
I
championship
thought
in
this was the time too. I thought
yeah,
this is it. But then I thought in my head, his singles title win is probably going to be an open weight,
yeah. Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
They're going to eventually beat the tag championship record,
yeah.
him and
So
Goto.
David Finlay does retain in this match.
A good match though, really
Yeah.
good match.
Yeah. Absolutely good match. And this is the point of the show where David Finlay's next opponent is Yoshihashi's tag team partner.
But I think now this is where Goto wins.
Yes,
And Goto's ceiling is higher, a
then
lot higher than
Yoshihashi.
like Yoshihashi or even Shingo Takagi in
Hmm.
terms of what his value is to New Japan.
Because he's also won multiple
Yeah,
championships,
and
solos, singles championship.
he's never won a world title, I don't think.
Maybe not, but
He won the G1,
hmm
he won the open weight, he's won the Intercontinental, he
yeah,
won the tag belts, the trios belts.
Timmy's on it. He'll let us know in a moment. Yeah, he's won all those belts. I think he's won the Never Open as well, right?
I think that's going to be a moment maybe 2 years from
He's
now.
won the IC championship twice.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I saw that. But I think he's going to get his Naito moment. He's going
Hmm.
to win a G1 or he's going to win a New Japan Cup and then
He
he's
has
going to
won three
challenge.
already.
Exactly. Then he'll challenge. He's won the G1 in
Hmm.
2009. He's going to go on, he's going to challenge and he's going to win a world title. It won't be a long reign, but he will win a world title.
Yeah.
That will be his
Shining
final
moment.
shining moment where and then but winning this belt sets it so that he's won every belt now.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? He's won all the
Yeah.
New Japan belts.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll win an open weight at some strong at some point because he already won the strong tags.
Yeah.
And I think that's his claim to fame,
Like
right?
he's won
Shingo
every belt.
that he's won all the belts. And
Hmm.
so like it's like you realize this later with wrestling companies, maybe not so much AEW, but like the historical ones like New Japan, and they
Yeah.
find new ways to give people relevance in the history of
Yeah.
the company, right? Like, oh, he won 17 continental titles,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well,
This
nobody
guy's
fucking
won
cares.
every belt multiple times kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like
He
so
won a G1, he won a New Japan Cup, he's won a World Tag League,
he's won
he's
junior tag league.
junior
He's won
tag. I don't
yeah.
know if he won the juniors,
Not the
best of
best of
super
super
juniors.
juniors. No, that's the
I don't even know
only
if he won the singles title for juniors,
no,
single, like
no.
not the tag.
But still.
Um, yeah, but still, who cares? Goto is for me, like we said, Shingo's a step above a Tama Tonga.
Goto's
Goto's
a
a step
step
above
above.
a
Yeah.
Shingo.
Yeah. And time is, like the clock is ticking on Goto as well, right? He's
But he
what in
still
his
has really good matches.
oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like you can always count like you throw Goto in the G1 every year and you know you're gonna get a solid match out of him.
The reason we were soured on them was that the way that they were just the only tag team and kept winning the
Hmm.
belts. It became like WWE when the Usos or the New Day were just always the champion
Tag
because they're the
champs, yeah.
only tag team.
Yeah. And
I'm
next
not mad
week,
at the Bucks being the belt holders for so long when you have such a strong tag division. You know what I
yeah.
mean? When when Ace Austin and Chris Bay are the champions,
Hmm.
I'm not upset because I like them, but I'm a little bit upset because they're the only tag team.
Yeah. It's like them in the system. They keep giving it back to the system. But nah. Well, I
I
mean,
could have
soon
had AJ Styles versus Josh Alexander or Mike Bailey, and then he had to go and get injured.
yes. Yes, I
Imagine
know.
Mike Bailey versus AJ Styles at
That'd be
like
Josh Alexander
Bound for
versus
Glory.
Edge. Yeah. But like his first match, like his first show back, he's already hurt. That they kept him off TV since he has not appeared on TV. WWE since the Cody match, but he has not appeared on TV since the Fuji Nakajima was it Nakajima?
No,
The other one. Marufuji.
Marufuji. That
Yeah.
was a fucking really good match.
Yeah. But,
You can put anyone in a ring with Marufuji, and it's
and they're gonna
just a
have a
good match.
fantastic match. Yeah, I know. I know. But we're not talking
Marufuji versus
about
Goto. I'm just putting that out there.
hey, well, I wouldn't
Go
mind that.
Yoshihashi and Goto against Sugo and Marufuji.
Ooh. Ooh. Throwing a little Go Shiozaki in there versus Goto, maybe.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But on to our main event, Tetsuya Naito facing the Great Okan for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
This is a better Naito match
Naito match than we've
than
seen.
we've been getting,
Yeah.
but I don't like the pacing of the match at all. It was so boring.
Yeah.
And I as much as we grew to really love Great Okan, this
Hmm.
was the match for me where I realized why I didn't like him before because his
Yeah.
wrestling style is so slow.
Yeah. It's very slow paced and it doesn't match with Naito's style,
But it
which
made
Naito
Naito
had to
have the energy he needed to do the stuff he
yeah.
had to do.
Because this is one of the longer Naito matches we've seen in a while. This
Yeah.
one went over 30 minutes.
But when you're wrestling a Sonata or a Zack Sabre Jr. that are
You got to be
fast
on your A
paced,
game.
when with Okan, he's slow. So
Yeah.
he got time to rest. Like his Destino hit
Yeah, multiple times too.
multiple times. But they made a whole storyline out of that, which I like, was Great
Hmm.
Okan saying you're not a good champion, you don't have it anymore, your in-ring matches aren't good. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is a wrestling story I enjoy. Not a
Yeah.
love triangle, not ghosts and goblins. This is what I want to hear. I
Yeah.
want to see a guy being like, you're not the guy anymore.
Yeah. It's
Or a
time to move
5 year
on.
long
Yeah.
story where a guy was like, I never get to be the main event. When will I get to be the main event? And then
Yeah.
finally wins the belt. That's a long term storytelling. Long
Like
term
what they're going to be
storytelling
doing, like what
is
they're going to
not
be
doing the
doing.
same bloodline storyline over and over again for
Yeah.
3 years. That's not long term storytelling.
That's
Kevin
just,
Owens pretending to turn 3,000 times is not a long term
yeah.
storytelling. It's just telling us already that this is
Yeah.
what you're planning on doing.
Yeah. But that has nothing to do with this match. This match
Just
was
saying.
much better. Yeah.
It's not. I still wouldn't call this a great match.
No, no, not by any solid 3 stars.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very serviceable, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see that we were wrong about Naito being
Missing a
like
step. Yeah.
missing a step. Maybe that
So
was all storytelling, and we don't know.
maybe, yeah, we don't know unless like so at the end of the match, LIJ celebrating, we get Zack Sabre Jr. I never heard like Zack Sabre Jr. is pretty fluent in Japanese.
Oh yeah, the last time when he won the thing the
The
G1, he
mhm,
talked in Japanese for a while.
yeah, so but yeah, his Japanese is very good. So he's saying next, the next show, you're not gonna be facing Great Okan. You're gonna be facing the best technical wrestler in Japan right now. And I honestly think this is a belt change coming up.
Just give me this.
Hmm.
Forbidden Door. Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP
Okay,
Heavyweight Championship.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll give it
That's
to
what
you.
I
Yeah,
want.
but
Or
we
a
get more.
four-way.
Yes,
Kenny
but we're
Omega,
getting more stuff. We're
Zack
getting more
Sabre
stuff.
Jr., Jay White, and then give me a New Japan wrestler.
Oh, got it.
No, that's not. It doesn't count. Tanahashi and Tanahashi
Tanahashi. It
wins.
has to be
Tanahashi
Tanahashi.
gets
Yeah.
the pin on Jay White.
Yes. But there's more stuff that happens after
Keep
that.
going.
LIJ comes in. LIJ's with TMDK in the ring, and we have our new never openweight championship or champion in Shingo Takagi. And who faces Shingo Takagi at the next event? We got Roihei Oiwa.
And this is a trend that they do now when they bring in the new guy. They
Hmm.
get it like
But
Yuji.
but unlike everybody else, he's gonna win this belt.
Do you think so?
I think so.
And you think
I
that's why it's Shingo?
That's why it's Shingo. It's a transitional. It blends into the TMDK LIJ storyline.
And I think it also gives, I think what they're trying to do here is trying to push United Empire out of the light for a bit
Yeah,
and like do like start again, right? Like get them coming
yeah,
fresh.
a reboot kind of thing, kind of like what they
Yeah.
did with the War Dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Because they do have that new guy. I can't remember his name. They do have Caleb Newman.
Yeah,
They have Akira. Like they're young. They're not Jeff Cobb. By the way, Jeff Cobb, the last time I watched
yeah,
Jeff Cobb was today. He's
yeah,
jacked. He's
yeah,
super jacked now.
yeah,
Also, Shingo looked better than he has in a
yeah.
while. Uh,
Cobb
Great
is
Khan
looking
looks like he
thick though.
lost a lot of weight.
Cobb leaned down a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's ripped now though.
Yeah.
His like chest and shoulders were huge. And
But
Naito
even
looks like he got into shape a bit,
and even
actually.
Hanare.
Yeah, which
So
is good. I think they needed that. They were getting a little lazy in New Japan.
yeah. But yeah, so we're getting a lot of good stuff. Before we score it, we'll quickly run through King of Pro Wrestling here. We are getting Takahashi versus Mystico for some reason.
I don't care. I'll watch that.
Yeah. Connors and Drilla Maloney defending the belts
Oh no,
against
Mystico keeps wanting to fight
Fight
Takahashi. That's
and
why.
Takahashi, yeah, keeps dipping him. Bullet Club defending the belts against the Intergalactic Jet Setters, Kevin Knight and Kushida.
I hope Kushida just comes back home because he's not
Yeah.
doing anything good in TNA.
TMDK defending the IWGP tag belts against the Rogue Army, Bad Luck Fale and Caveman Oog.
He's
Clearly know who's winning this match. Shingo Takagi defending the Never Openweight Championship against Roihei Oiwa.
mhm.
Cobb defending the World Television Championship against Suji and Ren Narita
Okay.
in a three-way. We got
That's a good
Tanahashi.
match.
Yeah, that's going to probably be match of the night if Tanahashi, Umino, and ELP against Evil, Takahashi, and Kanemaru.
Okay, I am not upset about that.
Doki versus Sho.
Yeah,
Finley versus Goto.
yeah.
And Naito versus Zack.
That's a really good card.
Hmm.
Like, there's no matches on that card that I'm like, oh, this
Well,
is a
maybe the
fluff
Bad Luck
match.
Fale match.
But I get what the point is. They are just trying to keep Bad Luck Fale like existing.
Relevant. Yeah. But notice how they didn't put Bullet Club. They call them the Rogue Army,
Well, but
a
that's what I'm saying.
subgroup.
It's like they are doing that, right? Like ABC doesn't say Bullet Club anymore, but they're still
Yeah.
Bullet Club, and then neither does the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah. But yeah, this looks like a solid card. But back to Destruction in Kobe. I enjoyed this show. What would you rate this show?
7.7.
I am right, not that far behind. I'm at a 7.5, but it was still
I
still
thought
a fan.
just the did overall entertainment value exists in this show,
Yeah, absolutely it did.
and it wasn't like really long. Like I wasn't like, oh my
It was.
god,
It was 4.5 hours.
but
But the matches, yeah,
it's not matches that are four and a
no,
half hours.
it's yeah. I actually was able to watch it in 2.5 because I fast forward through most of the
I skipped all the shit except
yeah,
the two main events. I watched the packages.
yeah. The Yoshihashi package and
Yeah, and
the
then the
minute, yeah,
Naito package.
yeah,
Which the Naito one was odd. The music that they
yeah.
chose, why
It
was it
did
like
not,
happy house music? It was like,
yeah.
and on 1.25x, it was like,
Yeah, but nah, it was a good show. Well worth a watch. I would go and watch it
I would watch it for
yeah,
sure. I'll watch
if
it. I
if
would relive it.
yeah, if you guys are in the mood for something Japanese wrestling, definitely worth a watch. So with that out of the way, guys, tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, Campo and I, maybe somebody else, maybe Putty might join us. We don't know if he watches it or not. We will be reviewing Bad Blood. Happened as of this, it happened the other night, and we will tell you if Hikaleo shows up or not.
I can't
That's
tell you.
that's the rumor. But it will feature some returns. I can tell you that. I got it spoiled a little bit, but I'm not going to say anything here. We will talk about that tomorrow night. So, in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.